From Idaho's News Channel 7, this is Friday Night Football.
All the upperclassmen when I was younger really liked Coach Burton, and you know, JQ carried the torch, and we all like him. So
I worked 5 years with Jason when he was the head coach. I was the DC underneath him, and so yeah, we know each other quite well.
It is different, you know, it is because I know those guys, and I'm so grateful for my time at Bora with, you know, the administration and a lot of those dudes on staff I coach with, and I'm so happy that JQ, you know, got the head job and he's rocking and rolling, living, you know, his dream of being a head coach at Bora.
I think it's pretty cool, especially since it's their senior night as well. So it's like, not only is it like my coach versus his like old coach friend, whatever that is, but at the same time, it just makes it more important all around. And I just think it'll be a good game.
Yeah, it's awesome. You know, these seniors were freshmen when he left, and so some of them know him pretty well. And you know, you never really like to compete against friends because you know, you want to kind of, you know, have that energy where you can kind of, you know, be angry towards the other one. And at the end of the day, you know, he's a good friend of mine. So, you know, I'm going to appreciate the battle and, you know, see what happens.
Pre-game, it's going to be like, hey, what's up, all this. But at the end of the day, it's a game. You know, the coaches aren't playing each other. It's all about the kids. Once that ball kicks off, man, I'm just worried about our team trying to do the best things that they can do to be successful on the field to give ourselves an opportunity to win.
Hey, heck of a matchup tonight out in Hawaii. Thanks for joining us for Week 5 of Friday Night Football. I'm Brady. Frederick. Jay Tust, of course, is out in San Diego covering a close one between the Boise State Broncos and the San Diego State Aztecs. BSU trying to push ahead. For now, we're going to focus on what was going on in the Treasure Valley. An awesome matchup tonight. Jason Burton, the head coach of the Hawaii Storm, taking on his former squad. He spent a long time at Bora, had a lot of success there, and now they get to play in his new team. It's not only a showdown between two great coaches, it's also, of course, senior night for the Hawaii Storm, and you also voted this as KTVB's Game of the Week. Huge crowds. Bora would score first, and then they would continue to bring the pressure on defense. Trevor McKenna breaks loose from the O-line, brings down quarterback Matt Irwin for the sack. Another good night for the Boise State commit. But I'll tell you what, Hawaii would stick with the drive. A few plays later on, Irwin hits Jaden Joy on the slant. The junior does the rest, playing the role of the equalizer in this game, getting it within 7 points in the early second quarter. From there, the Storm, they were pretty fired up. They would end up getting the ball back with about 2 minutes to play in the first half. It's the kind of drill you always prepare for, so let's see what the Storm has. Matt Irwin would sling it on to Cade Martin. Look at the effort to pick up some extra yards after the catch. Takes a little while to bring him down, but that would set up what might be one of the best plays we saw tonight. You got to take a look at this. 18 seconds to go. Irwin wants it all. Hits his target, Cade Martin, once again. Look at that touchdown grab. It's O's up in Hawaii tonight. They get the win for their seniors. Storm take this one 31-21 over the Bora Lions. Well, let's head over to the Bulldog Bowl. Potential upset brewing. Eagle leading Nampa 7-3 at halftime. The top-ranked team would regroup in the second half. Into the red zone. Quarterback Davis Harsin fakes the handoff, takes it for himself, breezes into the end zone to make it a 14-3 game. Still plenty of time for the Bulldogs to respond, but Nampa has some miscues on the triple option. The ball is loose. Seth Brock is there to pounce on it. The senior continuing to make things happen for the Stang Gang. Still plenty of fight from Nampa as the ball switches sides. Take a look at their defensive line. The pocket collapses on Harsin. A whole pack of Bulldogs getting up in his business, looking like Julia Tapia was the first one there for the sack. Could have been a nice momentum swing, but Eagle really just got things moving once again. Here's a little bit of deja vu. Harsin once again fakes the handoff, punches it in on his feet. The Idaho State commit showing off that college speed. Eagle sprints through the finish line tonight. They hold on to their perfect record, likely their #1 ranking in the state, with a 34-10 win over Nampa. We'll jump out to DLP. Capital takes the field, and it's going to be a back-and-forth struggle until the end of the first quarter. Capital quarterback Braden Dudley drops back, delivers a 60-yard strike to Brody Call to get Capital out on the board. Call has just been dominating this season. Great to see him continue to make plays like that. Now on the following kickoff, Timberline's Davis Jackson having a nice return put together, but the ball is stripped by Trevor Clemens, so the Eagles are going to get it once again. They would turn that drive into a field goal, and we'll jump ahead into the early second quarter. Timberline's Jack Bryant on the scramble, and it pays off. He finds running back Heath Rez down in the way downfield. Huge gain. They wouldn't be able to cash in on the opportunity after a strong goal line stand on 4th down from Capitol. In the end, the Eagles would take this one. They take down their inner city rival, Timberline, 36-14. All right, homecoming night out in Middleton. The crowd is jubilant, as they always are. Late in the second quarter, Thunder Ridge up by 3, 14-17. Middleton's Jake Perez, he's not having it. Watch that spectacular one-handed interception. Perez runs it in for a Middleton TD. That put him up 20-17. Look at the crowd going insane. Middleton's defense would keep Thunder Ridge at bay. Middleton blocks the punt just a few seconds before halftime. No better momentum swing than a punt block. Middleton wins big in this one, 49-24. Cash Weeks almost losing the ball on that one. Recovers. Look at this deep throw to Colton Severa in the end zone. That's how the first half ended. Impressive stuff for the Vikings as they just continue to keep on rolling. How about some Thursday night football? Centennial riding the momentum of their first win of the season last week. It was a crazy game against Capitol. Can they keep it going, though, as they take on the Rocky Mountain Grizzlies? We're going to find out. First play from scrimmage, the Grizz, they go deep. Drew Bird, the 6'4 sophomore, pulls down the pass, nearly takes this one all the way, but eventually the Patriots are able to catch up and bring him down. Now, that Centennial defense would hold. They were great in the red zone. The Grizz take the field goal, and that's the only way they were getting points up to start this game off. 3 for 3 in the first half, just unable to get some touchdowns. Here's a look at why. Big third down right here. Fabrice Ende-Torum reads it perfectly, gets to the running back, big tackle for loss. He was everywhere last night. That's the kind of momentum that transfers over to the offense. Check out this play. Tate Keddington hands it off to Marcus Connors. He's going to pass. Daniel Demers has a step on that Rocky Mountain secondary. He gets the Pats set up in the red zone. The next play, immediately the next play, my camera wasn't even ready. They stick on the ground to punch it in. Jordan Kafari breaking tackles, rumbles into the end zone. It was a 3-point game all of a sudden. Upset brewing. Hey, I'll tell you what, great fight from Centennial. You can really see them start to find their groove, but Rocky Mountain would turn it on in the second half. They go on to win it 33-19, their third W of the season.
This senior class are guys that have been with us since the beginning. You know, they understand how things work. They understand the off season. They understand the expectations, and I think that they're starting to see the results of the process that we've put in place.
Man, what a start the Boise Brave have gotten off to. It's historic. They have not been 4-0 since the 1980s, but Thursday night facing their toughest test yet, the Mountain View Mavericks. Mavs up 14-13, but the Braves have an answer to start the third quarter. Trevor Schoolfield hitting Cooper Smith. He hangs on to it, takes it on a trip into the end zone, showing off the Snow Angel touchdown. I'll tell you what, it is getting a little colder out here. I hate to say it, but Mountain View was heating up. They would move the ball right downfield. Stalling out on 4th down, they like to go with some trickery. The ball switches hands. The attempt at the jump pass goes back to the original quarterback, Justin McGee. But Machu Ashuelo is there to break that one up. Still a 1-point game heading into the fourth quarter. The Brave hyped up, looking to change that there. Third and very manageable. Schoolfield has plenty of time until he doesn't. Rocky Mountain's defense getting pressure all over him. He evades long enough to chuck it downfield. It's a tough jump ball, but Smith is him. He secures it in the end zone. An insane catch by the senior. 10 minutes to play, and the Brave have Mountain View on upset alert, leading by 14. Guess what? The Mavs, they'd answer, really wasting no time. Punching it in, Grayson Flatten. Great blocks. He makes his way into the end zone. Now it's a one-possession game again. Only problem, the Brave get the ball back. Immediately, they put the pedal to the floor. Alex Hess takes the handoff, finds a hole, and he says, "See you later." They're not going to be able to catch him. A 68-touchdown run. Insane. Those points would prove to be the final of the game. Boise wins it 35-21. Massive upset. But honestly, is it an upset at this point? Boise is 5-0 now on the season. If there was ever any doubt that they're legit, they clearly made their case on Thursday night. More from the boys in red and black coming up a little bit later on the show. For now, let's jump over to this one. Tied up at 14 apiece at halftime, Meridian takes on Highland. The Rams driving, looking for the lead. Kai Callan running with it, but the ball comes out, landing perfectly for Meridian, so they take their turn. They take the most of it. Zeke Martinez to Riley Byington. Meridian out in front. We'll jump ahead to the fourth quarter, fourth down. Rams looking for it all. Parker Bunderson goes up and gets it. Interception for Meridian. Their defense standing tall down the stretch. Meridian would win 21-14. The Dubs go ahead and show East Idaho what's up tonight. All right, let's head over to Valley View at Bishop Kelly. Picking up the action in the third quarter. BK up pretty big in this one, 35-0. They're driving down the field with a nice throw by quarterback Ben Avella and a 20-yard gain. Setting up this nice fake by him. The keeper scramble. He's going to find the end zone on that one. BK goes up 42-0. The fans just loving that. Later on in the third, a nice pitch and run to get BK right back in scoring position. Take a look at this right here. BK inside the Valley View 15 after this play, just showing off the wheels. Hey, but guess what? If it worked once, you can try it again. We'll show you that. They would punch it in on the very next play, pushing the score up 49-0. BK, another undefeated start. Impressive stuff. We'll jump ahead. Homecoming in Emmett tonight. The Huskies enter the field with the hammer. The crowd is going wild as they take on Twin Falls. Twin Falls' Jace Evans with a nice fake to get things started. The Bruins would get set up for a touchdown attempt right here, except Twin Falls' Grayson Keys ends up running it in to finish off that drive. First score of the night. Emmett trails 0-7. We'll jump ahead a little bit. Husky quarterback Ryder Sheeb is going to run out, but the ball gets popped out of his hands. Picked up by the Bruins' William Marlowe. He takes it all the way back for his second touchdown of the night. Tough one out in Emmett as they drop their second in a row. Now a huge rivalry game between the Bobcats and the Spartans. Early first quarter, first drive, Carson Wayman waltzes into the end zone untouched, extra point good, 7-0 Minico. Next drive for Burley after a taunting call moved the Bobcats up the field. A handoff to back Bodie Coombs works his way all the way into the end zone, and the Bobcats tie this game up after the extra point. We'll jump ahead to the next drive. Minico's Preston Craney Sonner and takes this one all the way to the house. Minico would be up 15-7 after the successful two-point conversion. They'd hold on to win it big in this one, 64-25 over their rivals. Let's jump ahead and show you some of the other scores we have tonight. Kimberly hanging 70 on Mountain Home, 70-7. That's a big win. Homedale also taking care of business, 54-7 over Parma. Canyon Ridge putting up 20-12 on Jerome. Nampa Christian takes down Cole Valley 17-13. Moving forward, Idaho City 26, Wilder 18. Oakley takes down Cary 36-6. That's a big time 8-man matchup. And over in some Oregon play, Ontario hangs 42 on Nissa. 42-14 is the final. And as we just showed you, Minico putting up 64-25 over Burley. Now, as we saw earlier in the show, something really exciting is happening downtown. The Boise Brave had not had a 4-win season since 2016. This year, they already hit that mark in the first 4 games. They currently sit on the top of the Southern Idaho Conference standings, and I think they proved last night they are a serious contender in the 5A class. Head coach Mike Altieri has his squad playing some of the best football the program has seen in decades, and they have a lot more they want to accomplish this season.
Say go! I just think it's the belief in the process.
Finish, good.
I think for the first time in a long time, the kids have bought in completely and are understanding that these games and these wins are coming from the offseason, from the work that they've put in the winter and in the spring and in the summer, and not just showing up and playing ball.
Good.
To put it bluntly, Boise High historically has not been a very good football program.
We feel more confident going into each game knowing that there's a chance that we can win, when last year we felt like we had no hope.
The turnaround has been rapid. Head coach Mike Altieri, a former Boise State football player, is now in his 4th season as the head coach for the Braves.
Watch it all the way in.
Guiding a full class from freshman to senior year, a winning culture is finally starting to take shape.
Hey, you got it.
Kids are having a lot of fun. The coaches are having a lot of fun. And it's always fun when you're winning. Again, believing in that process, and I think that they're seeing the results now for the first time, and it's created such an awesome culture that we have right now on this team, and I'm excited to watch them just play.
The players on the team weren't even born yet the last time the Braves saw this kind of success. Boise High is off to its first 4-0 start since the 1980s.
Well, I just think it's historic. I've never been alive where Boise High has been good at football, and to know that I'm a part of that is it's really special.
But far more important milestones lie ahead.
I think we got a lot of potential to, make the playoffs and hopefully go a long ways in the playoffs.
With 4 games to play, the squad is closing in on clinching a spot in the 5A state playoffs.
I think it's been 35 years since we've made it to the playoffs, so being that group to make it in the first time in like 35 years would be something special.
Let's go now, boys. Let's go, let's go, let's go.
Winning isn't everything. Sure, it's more fun, but for this team, it's been all about the journey, putting all the hard work in, and finally seeing the results.
I feel like kids have bought in, they watch the film, and we play as a team, and it really shows on the field.
100%. I've never seen a team work so hard in their life. We come here each and every day just prepared, completely wipe away what happened last week and just get ready for the next week.
The energy is it's at an all-time high. We're excited to play. We're ready for every team we go against. We feel like we're going to win every game, so it's good.
All right, finally tonight, being that it is a Boise State game night, we got a chance to catch up with a future Bronco, Trevor McKenna. The senior out of Bora High School has put together a superb season. We showed you his sack from tonight earlier on. Week by week, the dream of suiting up in the blue and orange just starts to feel a little bit more real. It's funny, despite Boise State's long line of defensive line standouts, McKenna's favorite Bronco, it's a little bit more cliche.
Well, Kellen Moore has a special place in my heart because that's where I remember being like just a little tiny kid, right? Watching it's like, what is this little football thing going on the television? I'm like, oh, you see Kellen Moore? But I guess nowadays, yeah, I'd be like a Scott Matlock type, but he's yet to prove himself in the big leagues. So maybe we'll see how he does. I don't know. It just always has been BSU. It was where I wanted to go like forever. It wasn't like a moment where I was like, okay, now I decide I want to go there. It's just always been that way, That's all I could ask for, really. I'm really grateful I don't have to go through the whole headache of a high school football season and the college recruiting process because it is a lot to deal with at the same time, and I feel like it makes me a better teammate not having to worry about all that too. It's weird seeing critics criticize them because it's like, dang man, that's my team. Like it's no longer I'm just like a fan. It's like I'm part of the team, and that's a little weird, and it feels like their success is my success too. Even though I haven't really put any of the work with them, I do feel like I'm part of the team, and it's nice seeing them win games.
Well, speaking of seeing the Broncos win games, they're trying to finish the job right now out at Snapdragon Stadium in San Diego. It is currently the end of the third quarter. BSU has taken a 27-17 lead. Still 15 minutes of game time left to go. We'll see if the defense can hold them off, maybe if the offense can put another one up there. Either way, we're going to have you covered tomorrow night with our post-game coverage. We'll have the highlights, reaction from the team. And of course, if you want to stay up late after this one, we're going to be streaming the post-game press conference with Andy Avalos and some select BSU student athletes on KTVB.com and the KTVB YouTube page coming up after the game. For now, thanks for joining us for Week 5. We got to give a shout out to our photographers tonight, Gary Salzman and Kevin Esslinger, as well as our digital producer, Zach Armstrong, and our producers in the booth, Danny Alsop and Sierra. Thank you so much for joining us tonight. We're going to see you next time.